Hey, fatty. The 1990s low-fat diet craze was the first diet craze. The first. Why did it happen? It actually happened for a reason. Okay, there was no, there's money in this diet game. There's money in this diet game. The low-fat diet craze that happened in the early 90s was a direct clapback at an obesity epidemic that was already becoming a problem. And we knew exactly what to do. Knock fat out of the diet. That was it. That was it. That's why you can trust the low-fat diet craze of the early 90s. And then politics screwed it up. And then people were like, there's money in this diet game. Let's push high fat. Make some real money off these suckers. The low-fat diet craze happened actually to help you. Everything else after that was a straight scam. Straight up scam. Okay, when people started pushing the low fat, okay, obviously the fitness community was doing it. Okay, really in the 80s when people really got on track with diet. Okay, we know that Asians and everybody else in the world is already eating like this. The dietary fat percentage in Asian diets, Russian diets, would have been between 5 and 10%. No added dietary fat. Whatever was in the lean meat. And a shitload of carbohydrate. No added fat, no added refined sugar. The 90s craze is the only one you can trust because it happened to actually help people lose weight. And we knew exactly what to do. Just like we still do, even though a lot of you are brainwashed. That's why when I put up a post, it's like, chicken breast and potatoes and berries will get you shredded. And the fat pigs are like, no shit. No shit, that works. That works. Okay, they already know it works. Okay, they already know it works. But you just can't stop torturing yourselves and joining these culty, stupid diet fads. Okay, it's dumb rip-off shit. That low-fat diet based on lean meat, fruit, vegetables, starch, wins on every avenue over any other way of eating. There is no other way of eating. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Your metabolism's hotter. You're never hungry. Your energy's insane. It wins on every level. Every level versus anything that entertains dietary fat. It wins on every level. I talked about the politics in the 90s, what happened. How we got this big high fat swing. It started with Vince McMahon. Okay, he's getting charged for steroid distribution with the WWF wrestlers. That led to this scam gimmick diet. Okay, that Mauro Di Pasquale rigged up. Called the anabolic diet, which is basically a bunch of high fat during the week and carb cycling. Okay, and then they forced that on a bunch of bodybuilders and it made them look like shit. It made them look like shit and lose muscle.
What a joke. I mean, Mauro Di Pasquale put me on that high-fat diet. What a joke, John. I was physically running twice a day and doing 2 workouts. And wow. I showed up like a pig, High fat, high protein. Well, in theory, my body responded to high complex carbs, moderate protein, low fats, So that diet destroyed me, Plus, I'm drug-free for it. I look bad. I paid a big price to look that bad, too, for years.
And then you got snap into a Slim Jim. Okay, Macho Man. On the ads.
How many high school boys does it take to change a light bulb?
Want to light up your life? Yeah! Have those Slim Jim! Turn to the spice! Baby juice is nice! Need a long statement? Snap it to a Slim Jim!
That started pushing the high fat bullshit. Then that got crazy. Okay, because people are idiots. So you lose some water weight. Then they started eating all this high-fat dieting, and then obviously the low-fat craze caused a lot of scammers to come in and put low fat on everything, and your average idiot didn't really look at the fat grams, so they're buying like base cell margarine, and they're like, there it says low fat. Like, they're literally buying pure fat that's called low fat milk and shit that just had a pile of fat in it. Okay, that's where it turned into a scam from people just taking advantage of that title. But the 1990s low-fat diet craze, right from the beginning, people knew that worked. People knew it was the dietary fat that was making you fat. People that first started pushing that low-fat diet were actually trying to help you lose weight. They weren't just trying to make money. It was the first diet craze, and that's why you can trust it. Everything after that was bullshit. It was the first diet craze that was a blatant clapback at an actual obesity problem that had been developing since after the war. Since after the war. Because of technology, we were able to extract all this oil. Okay, all this oil, not just seed oils either, all of it. Do you know how many fat pigs now that I help, they think they're eating clean and they're eating a bag of almonds a day? Fat as hell? A bag of almonds, where's that coming from? Who's cracking all those almonds? You need tech for that shit. That's got to be one of the worst is the nuts. The nut consumption. All these oils, all this olive oil, all this butter. Without tech, if you go back hundreds and hundreds of years ago, you just don't have any volume of that shit. It's all the fat, not just the seed oils, you idiots. The perfect human diet should look like lean animal protein, fruit, vegetables, and a shitload of starch. Shitload of starch. Potatoes. Meat, potatoes. Lean meat and potatoes and some fruit. 30 years. 30 years of brainwashing on this high-fat bullshit. And you fat pigs already know. I make a post, and it's like, lean wild game meat and oatmeal and rice and potatoes get you lean. And the fat pig's like, no shit, Sherlock. No shit. Of course that works. Idiots already know it works. If you know it works, why are you doing some stupid gimmick that's tanking your metabolism, making you have to count calories, grind the calories through the floor, okay, destroying the thyroid function, you idiots. Okay, that's why you gotta get on the scale all the time, because you have no diet confidence, because you're not accountable to food choice. Low fat, high nutrition density food choices. Until next time, you ate like shit. You ate like shit. Clean it up. Along the lines of a lean meat and a pile of starch and some sort of simple sugar gets you shredded. And there's going to be people in the comments like, no shit, Sherlock. See? Because they already fucking know. It's like people are trying to make their lives harder than it has to be. It's like, well, no shit, course that works. Course that works. But wait, that's too easy. That fucking mainstream advice from 1990, that's too easy to do. We need to do it. We need to torture ourselves and try to lose weight on some cultish diet like carnivore.